Welcome to Trivia Clips. Think you know everything about Aerosmith, the bad boys from Boston? Let's see if you're ready to rock this true or false challenge. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. True or false? 1. Aerosmith was formed in Los Angeles. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Aerosmith was formed in Boston, Massachusetts in 1970. Steven Tyler and Joe Perry met in New Hampshire first. They moved to Boston and completed the lineup. The city became a core part of their identity. They're often called the Bad Boys from Boston. 2. Steven Tyler's real name is Steven Tallarico. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Steven Tyler was born Steven Victor Tallarico. He changed his name when forming the band. His Italian heritage influenced his early life, but the Tyler persona became a rock icon. Fans know him for his voice and wild style. 3. Dream On was their first single ever released. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Dream On came out in 1973 as their debut single. It didn't hit big until a re-release years later. Steven Tyler wrote it when he was just a teen. It became a timeless rock anthem. Now it's one of their most recognized songs. 4. Joe Perry once left the band. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Joe Perry left in 1979 during a time of tension. He formed the Joe Perry Project afterward. But the magic wasn't the same without him. He later rejoined Aerosmith in the mid-'80s. His return marked a powerful comeback. 5. Aerosmith has never won a Grammy Award. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. They've won multiple Grammys throughout their career. Songs like Janie's Got a Gun earned them awards. They were finally recognized by the industry. Their blend of hard rock and emotion stood out. They became legends both on stage and on paper. 6. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing was written by Steven Tyler. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. The song was written by Diane Warren, not Tyler. It was made for the movie Armageddon in 1998. Steven Tyler's daughter, Liv, starred in the film. Despite not writing it, he delivered it with emotion. It became one of their biggest commercial hits. 7. Aerosmith appeared in a Simpsons episode. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They guest starred in the episode Flaming Moe's. It aired during the early 90s and was a hit. They performed in Moe's Tavern with Homer. The episode is still a fan favorite today. It showed their pop culture reach beyond music. 8. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They were honored in 2001 for their legacy. By then, their influence was undeniable. They'd already sold millions of records. Their mix of blues, glam, and hard rock was unique. It was a well-deserved recognition. 9. Aerosmith's logo has never changed since the 70s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. The logo evolved slightly over the decades. The wings and A remained iconic, but fonts and details have been updated. They modernized the design without losing identity. Fans still recognize it instantly. 10. Steven Tyler played drums on the first album. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Joey Kramer was always the drummer. Steven Tyler, though, did play drums early in life. But for the album, Kramer held that role. He gave the band its hard-hitting rhythm. Each member stuck to their main instrument. End of part 1. How many did you get right? Tell us in the comments and hit subscribe for part 2. More Aerosmith facts coming your way. Welcome back to Trivia Clips. Let's dive into 10 more true or false questions about Aerosmith. You have 5 seconds to answer each one. Let's rock. 11. Aerosmith has their own roller coaster at Disney. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, true. The Rock and Roller Coaster is themed after Aerosmith. It opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios in 1999. The ride includes their music and voiceovers. It's one of the park's most intense attractions. Fans can experience the thrill and the sound. 12. Walk This Way was originally a Run DMC song. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Aerosmith released Walk This Way in 1975. Run DMC covered it with them in 1986. That version became a cultural landmark. It fused rock and rap for the first time. It revived Aerosmith's career in a big way. 13. Tyler and Perry were nicknamed the Toxic Twins. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Their drug-fueled antics were legendary. They earned the name during their wildest years. Despite struggles, their bond remained strong. They later got sober and revived the band. Their chaos became part of their myth. 14. Pump is an Aerosmith album. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. Pump came out in 1989 and was a huge hit. It featured songs like Love in an Elevator. The album was both raw and catchy. It showed the band still had fire. 15. Steven Tyler has never released a solo album. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. False. Tyler released his solo album, We're All Somebody from Somewhere. It came out in 2016 with a country twist. He explored a different sound from Aerosmith. It surprised many fans, but showed his range. Tyler always followed his own path. 16. Aerosmith starred in their own reality show. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They've been featured in documentaries and interviews, but they never had a full reality series. Some behind-the-scenes footage exists. They kept their private life more guarded. Still, their stories are legendary off-stage. 17. The band broke up in the early 2000s. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer, false. They never officially broke up. There were tensions and breaks, yes, but they always came back together. Touring and recording remained active. Their bond always survived the drama. 18. Sweet Emotion was about a band member's wife. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. The song was inspired by tension in the group. Steven Tyler reportedly wrote it about Joe Perry's wife. It captured the emotional conflict in the band. Ironically, it became one of their biggest hits. Drama fueled some of their best music. 19. They performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. They played the Super Bowl 35 halftime in 2001. They shared the stage with NSYNC and Britney Spears. It was a mix of generations and genres. Aerosmith closed with Walk This Way. It brought rock to a massive audience. 20. Aerosmith announced a farewell tour in 2023. You have 5 seconds to answer. True or false? Correct answer. True. In 2023, they announced their final tour, Peace Out. It marks their official goodbye to the stage. Decades of rock will culminate in that tour. Fans worldwide rush to buy tickets. It's the end of an era for classic rock. End of part 2. How many did you nail? Drop your score in the comments and subscribe for more. Keep rocking with trivia clips.